2014 has been a phenomenal year for the Wii U. In terms of financial growth, Wii U sales have skyrocketed with the addition of some truly amazing and beautiful titles. With the titles that came out this year and the ones that came out the previous year, the Wii U has become my favorite home console of all time. But you know, that's a video for another time. Today we will be discussing and ranking the top 10 best Wii U games of this year. However, since there were not that many exclusive games that came out for the Wii U this year, I had to fill this list up with some titles that were also on PC and other platforms. If I had not done this, I would have not had enough games to finish this list, but the games that are multi-platform I specifically played on the Wii U, and are wonderful nonetheless. Keep in mind that this list ranks the games based on presentation, gameplay, and my overall experience with the game. So without further ado, here are my top 10 Wii U games of 2014. Number 10. Wii Fit U. Like I said earlier, the Wii U's lineup this year was not the biggest thing in the world, and I was running out of games to put on the list. I mean, it was either this or Sonic Boom: The Rise of Lyric. Sonic Boom, not here, not in this video, no. Well, I guess if I can say anything positive about Wii Fit U, is that it's the best in the series. The graphics are nice and the implementation of online gyms, when they work, were pretty good. The gameplay is virtually the same as every other Wii Fit game, but Nintendo basically gave this game out for free if you had a Wii balance board and a Wii U pedometer, so I guess for the price I paid, it was decent. Nothing stellar though. Number 9. LEGO Batman 3 Beyond Gotham. Now don't get me wrong, LEGO Batman 3 is actually a lot of fun. The new characters and great voice acting really sell this experience for me. Additionally, this game has some of the best graphics in the series, and does not feature as many bugs or glitches as LEGO Marvel Superheroes had. However, the replayability in this game was a bit lacking. The omission of a large overworld discouraged me from coming back to it like LEGO Marvel Superheroes did. Additionally, the gameplay is not the greatest thing in the world. It gets really repetitive after a while, and to prevent boredom, I found that I had to play it in short bursts, as opposed to previous games in the franchise where I felt like I could play them all at once. But perhaps it's me just getting burnt out on the LEGO formula for playing all the games too much. Number 8. Hyrule Warriors. Now this game is a true delight to play. What's not to love when you're applying through thousands of Zelda enemies and villains as your favorite hero or heroine? The roster is huge, ranging from well-known characters like Link and Zelda, to more obscure characters like Lana and Agatha, and it doesn't seem like the roster will stop expanding anytime soon, due to the more DLC Nintendo has promised will add new characters. In addition to the cast of villains and characters, this game looks gorgeous, and the DLC and variety of modes encourages players to come back after they have completed the main story, which I am doing almost every other day. My only complaints about this game are how weird the story feels without voice acting for characters, and the mediocre co-op mode, which lowers resolution and frame rate to an ugly level. Number 7. Shovel Knight. I'm sure many of you are wondering why Shovel Knight is only number 7. This is because it's not an exclusive game. A part of me felt wrong placing this over other great Wii U games when it will be coming to PS4 and is already out on the 3DS and PC. Maybe you feel differently about it, but I digress. Shovel Knight is probably one of the best platformers out there. The gameplay is near perfect, and the combination of all these different mechanics from other retro games somehow all just works really well. The style of Shovel Knight is spectacular, and the retro style music is superb. Some of these tracks I am looping right now to write this list. Trust me, when we get to list the top 10 games of 2014, expect to see a lot more about this game. Number 6. Child of Light. This game is so low on the list due to the same reasons I have mentioned earlier with Shovel Knight. Regardless, Child of Light is one of the most beautiful and touching games that I have ever played. Its unique watercolor art style is simply gorgeous, and the music, oh, the music, it's sublime. The main theme is something I seem to whistle a lot of whenever I'm doing something mundane, and the gameplay of Child of Light is some of the best gameplay I've ever seen in an RPG. The new mechanics while fighting add a certain level of depth that I feel like no other RPG has done successfully. Plus, the story is so heartwarming and deep, it even made me tear up at some points. I don't want to gush about Child of Light for too long, so I'll just end it with this short statement. Child of Light is fantastic. Number 5. Super Smash Bros. For Wii U. Well, where do I begin with you? I feel like that with everything that has been said about this game, I'm going to sound like a broken record. Everything about this game is wonderful. The music, the gameplay, the visuals, and not to mention all there is to do in this game. Everything is just great. However, I just don't seem to enjoy Smash like the majority of people do. Every single night for a long time I used to play this game, so perhaps this hindered my overall enjoyment of Smash Bros. Wii U. Perhaps I'm just burnt out on the whole Smash experience. Despite my issues, Smash Smash Wii U is still jam-packed with a lot of content that I think people can enjoy for hours upon hours. But if you're anything like me and have played Smash 3DS for an insane amount of time, then you may not find that much enjoyment in Smash Bros. Wii U. Number 4. Mario Kart 8. I remember the first night Mario Kart 8 came out, I saw social media explode with affection towards this game. Immediately after I returned from school, I bought the game and played it for hours. I cannot remember the last time I had so much fun and rage at the same time. Yelling obscenities until 2 AM at a TV screen was probably one of the most enjoyable experiences I've ever had. Not to mention the visuals of this game are some of the best on the system. Every track looks stunning, with extreme levels of polish like the dust that blows off the dirt roads in Moo Moo Meadows to the tow train in the N64 Rainbow Road. Additionally, this game has a stellar soundtrack, and with this whole wonderful presentation, sometimes you just want to stop racing and absorb the scenery and music. With this great presentation and the new feel to racing, this game is a joy to play, and one of the best games on the system. Number 3. Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. Why, that's right, Toad, and what a fun diaper adventure this game was. This was a game I was more excited to play than Smash due to how interesting I found the concept of a puzzle platforming game where you can't jump. From my experience with Captain Toad in Super Mario 3D World, I knew that this game would be a pretty satisfactory experience, if anything. Little did I know, I would be buying one of my favorite Wii U games of this year, and perhaps my favorite puzzle game of all time, if you can call it a puzzle game. I mean, every level is, in fact, a puzzle, because you have to use your wit and skill to try to uncover every secret in Power Star. The gameplay is great, using the fantastic control style of 3D World, and the same can be said about the graphics. Sure, a lot of it is, in some ways, ripped out of 3D World with the same art style and a lot of the same music, but the entirely new levels, enemies, and music really make Captain Toad Treasure Tracker shine. What really bugged me about this game were the abnormal uses of the gamepad and the clunky camera, but other than that, Captain Toad is a jovial game that I think almost everyone can enjoy and smile at. Number 2. Bayonetta 2. Of course you knew this game was going to be up here. I mean, this is one of the best, if not the best, action games of all time. Everything about this game just feels right. The controls are really responsive, and each blow you deal really does put you in the middle of the action. The combo system is phenomenal, and it encourages players not to just button mash their way through the entire game. Speaking of the great combat controls, there is something called Witch Time, which you get when you successfully dodge a hit at the last second, which adds a layer of skill and depth on top of this great combat system. In addition, the visuals in this game are among the best on the system, with the best character models, the best facial animations, and probably the most amazing backgrounds out of any Wii U game. This game has some enticing music as well that blends perfectly into the atmosphere of Bayonetta 2. The variety in gameplay and stellar presentation has caused this game to be one of the most critically acclaimed games on the Wii U, and although I really loved Bayonetta 2, there is just one game that tops it. Number 1! Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. Remember this game, the game that upset so many people at the Game Awards of 2013, and the game that was delayed twice until it ended up releasing in February? Regardless of the many disappointments Tropical Freeze gave fans prior to its release, it seems like the wait was worth it. This is by far my favorite 2D platformer of all time, and the most difficult game I have ever had the pleasure of 100%ing. Getting all the Kong letters in every single puzzle piece was a huge challenge, and the bonus levels were frustrating and rage-inducing, which is actually a good thing. Tropical Freeze taught me to never give up on a challenge, no matter however demanding or impossible it seemed. I strive to complete each level without stopping and never rage quitting. If anything, this game has taught me to be more patient and to contemplate each choice I made more carefully. This game is also one of the reasons I genuinely do not get salty about losing. Now, regarding other things that aren't deep life lessons, the gameplay is phenomenal. The controls are tight, and Donkey Kong moves just like you would expect a giant ape would. The hidden puzzle pieces in Kong letters encourage players to go back to the stages they have already completed to find them all. Additionally, the music in this game is splendid. Every song is simply a joy to hear, and the Aquatic Ambience remix is one of my favorite songs in any video game. Not to mention the visuals, which are great. The sort of cartoony art style, the textures, the high polygon count, and the frame rate are fantastic. Overall, Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze has the most replayability and the best overall experience I have ever had with any Wii U game of 2014. 2014. Well everyone, that was my top 10 Wii U games of 2014, and I hope you all enjoyed the list. If you disagree or agree with my picks, let me know in the comments below. I've been wondering what everyone's top 10 or top 5 Wii U games of this year were. Oh, and if you like the sound of my voice, check out my Twitch channel where I play games, old and new, live. Well, that's enough self-advertising for one video. So, I thank you all for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care.